If you've ever betrayed a Gemini, you probably didn't see the consequences coming, not because they explode, but because they don't. And that's exactly why it's dangerous. They don't react the way you expect most people react loudly to betrayal. They argue, they cry, they demand answers. Geminis, they go quiet. And that silence makes people comfortable, because when there's no chaos, you assume there's no damage. That's your first mistake. When a Gemini goes silent after betrayal, they aren't confused. They're recalculating. They observe before they decide. Geminis don't make emotional decisions in the heat of the moment. They replay everything. They analyze patterns. They connect inconsistencies. They examine the timeline. They don't just ask, "What did you do?" They ask, "Who are you, really?" And once that answer becomes clear, they don't argue about it. They adjust. They don't announce the shift. Here's where it gets dangerous. Geminis don't tell you when access is being reduced. They don't issue warnings. They don't threaten to leave. They simply stop correcting you, stop explaining, stop investing. The energy changes subtly, and most people miss it because it isn't dramatic. But internally, a decision has already been made. They detach mentally first. The reason betrayal hits differently with a Gemini is because once trust breaks, they detach mentally before anything else. And mental detachment is hard to reverse. You might still see them physically. They might still respond politely. But emotionally, you're already downgraded. And once a Gemini downgrades you, they don't restore access easily. Why it feels like nothing happened. This is why people underestimate the damage. Geminis don't seek revenge in obvious ways. They don't sabotage. They don't lash out. They move on strategically. They become unavailable. They become less accessible. They become uninterested. And the person who betrayed them often realizes too late that the dynamic has completely shifted. When they're done, they're done. Geminis believe in growth. They believe in learning. But they do not believe in repeated disrespect. If betrayal reveals your character clearly, they won't fight to change it. They'll accept it. And once acceptance locks in, so does detachment. That's why Gemini exits feel permanent, not emotional. Permanent. The real danger. The real danger isn't anger, it's indifference. Once a Gemini stops caring, you no longer have influence, no leverage, no emotional access, no priority. You become neutral, and neutrality is colder than rage. Betraying a Gemini doesn't create chaos. It creates clarity. And clarity is what removes you from their life without announcement. If this resonates, subscribe, and be honest in the comments. Have you ever betrayed a Gemini, or been betrayed by one? Which hurt more?